Of course, no one needs to tell you how great Amazon is, but this holiday season, it's worth reminding you that you can shop for yourself while doing your holiday gift shopping for others, too. It's important to think of yourself when you're shopping for others. I always do. Amazon will have the lowest prices of the season on the hottest gifts, latest gadgets, and most wanted gear. Get yourself something nice. I know what I'm going to get myself.
What?
A nice brooch. I think men can wear brooches.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, why not? Shop holiday deals at Amazon.com/holiday deals 23. Do it now. Don't be a fool. So the Netflix special, it's out. How long does it take you to work on this on the next show?
Yeah, so I'm about
First of all,
a year into the
you
next
need some
show.
stuff to happen to you, right? Do you need me to like shoot you in the shoulder, which would that would be like a good 20
Let's
minutes?
head to Urban Air.
Yeah.
Do you need me to shoot you in the shoulder?
No, but I mean, can you imagine?
That's when Conan said to me, "Do you need me to shoot you in the shoulder?" And sure, Conan is funny sometimes, but this was a time where it didn't seem like he was making a joke.
I would use a 22. I would use a lower caliber.
Oh, you would kill him.
God.
You're acting
No,
like
I'd
you're
get
a
him.
marksman, but you don't shoot.
Oh, come
you
on.
go shooting, you're gonna kill him.
50-50 chance he gets killed.
Okay.
But you get a ton of material.
Okay, so
and then I come on at the end of the show and we hug. That's a big show.
By the way, that's another handoff that I think that we could pull off in 2024 is if you end up, because you were talking about going out and doing a whole bunch of live dates, maybe even stand up.
Right.
If you do that, I want to pop into some of those shows.
I would love to have you do that.
I would love it.
Well, you're saying that now.
Be my dream.
Would it?
Conan, all the jokes aside.
Oh, no.
And you have to deal with this all the time. This is the bane of your existence. There's a generation of us comedians who view you as the Buddha of comedy.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Well.
You're old.
and apparently fat.
Yeah.
I'm apparently fat.
Yeah.
And old.
I'm sorry I ruined it.
No, you actually.
I'm sorry I ruined it.
Sona, that was exactly what I needed.
Paula on my way in, gave me a compliment, and because I've known Paula forever since your late night days.
Paula's been with me 30 years.
Yeah, and she gave me a compliment, and I basically said, if you stick around long enough in show business, eventually they let you just stay. And she goes, "You and Conan are the best at batting away compliments." Yeah, but you are. You're the.
Well, thank you very much.
So yeah, that would be.
It doesn't process. You know what's nice. You know what does process for me. I don't take it for granted that, like, seeing you last night and Jimmy and Jesus Christ, Marty Short, who is funny in a way that always makes me question, like, how can anybody be that funny in so many ways? Yeah. But just to like run into you guys and just be joking around, and then on the ride home realize that I get to like get to be around all these very funny people who are really creative, and it's nice. What a fucking joy.
This is how much I idolize Martin Short. So we're at dinner, and I don't eat onions or tomatoes.
Mm-hmm. And you went to an Italian restaurant.
And I get mocked. I get mocked by my family, including my daughter and 8-year-old daughter, because she eats more stuff than I do. But with Marty Short, I'm just going full onions, tomatoes. You know what I mean? I'm just, I can't be that person.
Well, also, there's a moment where you realize you've made a mistake around Martin Short, because he is, when you walk, if you're in a museum or something, and you're in a room alone and you're really still, and then you move slightly, a little red light goes up, those motion sensors, and the red light's just going to register movement, and they can pick up the slightest movement. Marty Short is one of those.
Yeah.
For someone making a mistake.
Yeah.
The smallest mistake. And I think I've mentioned this, but I have to mention it again, which is on one of the last late night shows I did 2 years ago. I'm driving to a rehearsal, and Marty Short, which was my dream, agreed to come on and do this bit where he sings a song to me at the end about how I've always been the only one, like, for him. That kind of Bette Midler, Johnny Carson. tribute song. And then I revealed to him that he's actually sung this to, he did it for Letterman when he went off the air, and then he did it for all these other people. And Marty Short shot all these great pre-tapes. And we said, you did it on when Springer ended, and there's a huge, and we could put him into all these. You did it when they retired the Shamrock Shake at McDonald's or something. We did it. We put it into so many ways that he had done it. Anyway, that was the bit, and it was a really hot day, and I never wear shorts. And this day, I just threw on some like cargo shorts that were above the knee, and I'm driving in to the Largo Theater to tape the last show, and I thought, oh yeah, I'm wearing shorts today. Well, I never wear shorts. People might give me a hard time. It'll be fine. And then I suddenly remembered, I thought, wait, who's on the show today? And I remembered it was Martin Short. And my heart stopped. I was in the car on La Cienega, and I'm like, oh, fuck. And sure enough, I'm in their rehearsal, and the double doors open up, and Marty comes in, and he's like, hello, all. And everyone's like, yay, Martin Short. We're just going to rehearse. And he goes, young Conan. And he says, wearing shorts. And then he did maybe 20 minutes of pure destruction and humiliation. And it was fantastic. And of course, everyone who works for me was crying, laughing so hard.
Yeah, no, there's a few people like that. Bill Hader's like that.
Yep.
Where you have to be aware that whatever you're saying or doing is being clocked with a deep sensitivity. He does an impression of me that's so cruel that my wife Jenny loves, which is this is the whole impression. He goes, but it was my car. That's the whole impression. It's nothing that I say. It's nothing I've said in any joke, but it was my car. Bill is just beyond. He's on another planet of funny.
But also just knowing that you're around these people who have a superpower that they'll notice something, the slightest.
Yeah.
I misspoke slightly, or I had this little tick, and they're like, delicious.
Yeah.
You're like that.
Yeah, you are like that.
Not at all.
Oh.
Anyway, moving on. Not at all. Not at all. And I love you both.
But I value that too. Like, I feel so lucky. Like, my first taste of that, in addition to like my own family, like you're saying, was when I got to college, and I was like, is there a sketch comedy group? Because I wanted to write comedy, like on late night. And they said there isn't, but there's an improv group. I don't know what that is. And I auditioned. I got in. And when I got in, I was like, oh, these are 10 people who are like that, who are just like, we're going to make fun of everything. We're going to do impressions of everything. We're going to be very annoying, but also kind of amazing. And those are like some of my closest friends to this day.
I've always thought, and this goes for everybody here, like, I always tell my kids that the journey is finding your people. Like, that's the journey. The journey is, there's little, it's you set off into the world, and then it's just collecting people that, inspire you, whatever, charge you in some way. And then at the end, it is like one of those movies, those travelogue movies where the person heads out in the beginning, and at the end, they've got like this group of people that have different powers, but they've befriended them along the way. I don't know.
Which brings me to my final point, which is that Conan and I have finally found each other.
Oh.
And Copods is going to be a huge success.
Yeah, I love it.
I don't know.
No, these are.
What do you mean you don't know?
Just give it a second.
I just crank out these pods, man.
One bag of dust.
Yeah, I
Their
hear it.
cost to ratio, I mean, it's incredible.
Huge in Brazil.
Oh.
These are huge in Brazil.
Look, I'm fine with him taking a dive on that. I feel like I don't want you to
That's
have
a
to.
joint venture.
Oh.
Yeah, joint venture meeting. You put up most of the cash.
I put up 90% of the money.
Oh, no.
and incur most of the risk.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I
you
say
think-
no. Don't.
All right.
Well, Buddha's not taking a risk over here.
Buddha's sitting on his fat ass.
I'm going to start using that.
Wait,
I'm Buddha! That's not something Buddha would say.